You're going to be under arrest for capital murder. Capital murder.
Michael Paton. In the town of Saline, Michael Paton, who was 39 years old, he worked in the rocket science department at Raytheon. He thought he was really smart until one night on February 19th, 2021, something terrible happened. He called 911 and said he had killed his family and pets. But when the police came, they found something strange. Outside his house, Michael held a gun but said he didn't know what happened to his wife and kids. Meanwhile, firefighters found something terrible inside. Michael's wife, Tamara, and their 2 teenagers were expired. They wondered if Michael's first confession was a lie or sadly true.
Let me get the person that's going to swab your hands real quick, and then we'll do that and get those handcuffs off of you, okay? You need something?
I'll just sit here and wait.
Okay, you need something to drink or anything?
Please.
Water, okay?
Anything. I just want it. I'm so confused. What was that?
Michael, was that quick enough for you, brother? You go by Mike or Michael?
Usually Mike.
Hmm?
Usually Mike.
Can you stand up for me? I'm going to get them handcuffs off of you, okay? This is who I was talking about, was going to take a swab of your hands, okay? Are you okay with her doing that? Hey, Mike, do you have any injuries to you right now? Are you hurt anywhere, bleeding anywhere, cut anywhere?
I know.
Okay. Well, do you mind standing up right here on the swab board? You've got a bruise right here. Is this old?
Yes, it's a couple days old.
A couple days old. Okay. Anything on the back side? No cuts or anything like that? Do you mind if I let your shirt up?
For it.
You got a, can't tell if that's a scratch over here. You got a cat or something at the house?
3 dogs and
Dogs and a cat? It looks like you got maybe a cat scratch over here on this side.
probably the puppy.
Puppy?
Can I stand for a minute?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I was in that car.
You were sitting there for a long time. Give me just a second. Here's your cup of water, Mike. Give me just a second, okay?
Michael, a scientist, faced questions from Detective Joshua Armstrong, skilled in interrogation. Without clear evidence, Armstrong used simple questions to assess Michael's state, revealing his stress and confusion. Michael's hesitancy when affirming his rights indicated his pressure. Detective Armstrong started asking about Michael's past, uncovering lies he talked about his accomplishments.
And you know, obviously I think you've got some questions that you were trying to ask me a minute ago.
Yeah, but I don't know how big it's. I feel like I need somebody to help me with what's going on. Because I don't have any idea what's going on.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, neither one of us have an idea of what's going on right now either, because we haven't spoke with you yet. If that makes sense.
It does.
So we really don't know. We don't know what's going on. I think our hope was that you would help us figure out what's going on as much as us help you figure out what's going on.
I don't know what happened.
Are you sound really short of breath. Do you have asthma or medical condition or anything? Or are you just tired? Or
I'm stressed out.
just really stressed?
I don't know what's happening.
I just want to clarify before I ask you any questions or you ask me any questions. You said you did understand your rights. You do want to speak with me, correct?
Start, but I don't know. If I start getting overwhelmed, I want somebody to...
You can stop the interview at any time.
Okay.
What was your question? You were trying to ask me some questions when we were coming up the stairway.
I don't know what's happening. I don't remember what happened. I remember working this afternoon.
What do you do for Raytheon?
Configurations. So basically I make sure everything's right before it gets released. Sure, drawings or documents or whatever.
I really don't know what Raytheon does. What is it?
Defense, missiles, aerospace.
So are you still employed? Is Raytheon is a private contractor that's contracted through the government?
Contracts and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Mainly government contracts.
What is it that you do for them?
The configuration stuff. I run a meeting every month with the Navy. Check all the drawings.
During the questioning, Michael talked about feeling stressed and vaguely remembered what he did at work that afternoon. Detective Armstrong asked about Michael's military background and his degree in engineering physics. Michael could understand complicated things, but he seemed to have trouble remembering basic parts of his own life.
Is it like classified type of stuff? Or?
I have my classified, or I've been cleared classified, but I don't work on a classified program currently.
Forgive me, I don't know much about. I wasn't in much about it.
I'm still learning.
How did you get in? Were you in the military? Is that how you got into that, or?
I got into it later after I took my degree.
Is that something anybody can do, or like, do you need some kind of? What's the degree in?
My degree is engineering physics.
Okay, so that's why that's the physics part of it.
Not necessarily for what I do right now, but I can use it. I understand electronics and schematics.
I don't understand any electronics or schematics. Were you in the military at all?
I was in the Marine Corps.
And how long were you there?
6 years.
6 years. And did you get deployed at all?
I got intro prep for deployment, so I didn't go. I hurt my ankle.
Bad, or?
Sprained it real bad, enough that it delayed me past shipping out, so I didn't deploy.
He used to tell stories about his bravery in the military, maybe realizing that telling small lies wouldn't help him now. He started to admit some truths about his life, though he chose which ones to reveal carefully. Michael, feeling unsure but compelled to share, started to talk about his life beyond work and the military. He mentioned his family, his wife, Tamara, whom he'd been with since they were teenagers, and their 2 kids.
You got a pretty impressive background between the Marine Corps and then the Raytheon stuff.
Try.
Well, tell me a little bit. I don't know anything about you, Michael. I'm trying to piece together the puzzle. I think the same way you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you like doing? What's your family like? And who, you know, I mean.
Wife and I have been together since I was 19 and she was 18. We have 2 kids. She's a nurse. Her daughter's a swimmer. Pretty good. Son's high functioning autistic, but he manages some days. Other days that Earl doesn't help. I like music.
You collect vinyl? A lot of it?
I just started not too long ago, probably 2 years ago.
How much do you think you got?
50 albums.
Okay.
I'm not hardcore yet. I mean, I like music. I like hanging out with my kids. Been binge watching TV show lately. Just on do an episode or 2.
What show is it?
Supernatural.
You seen Supernatural? I don't know that I've even heard of it.
So we've been watching that. Play video games every once in a while, but I'm not that into it. It's just something to occupy my time. Been getting back into working out recently. Trying to better myself.
You going to the gym or doing it at home?
Gym, but we're working on buying something for the house.
Like a home gym thing? You go in the garage? What, you said your son's high functioning autistic. How old is your son?
13.
13.
Michael spoke proudly about his daughter, who was good at swimming, and his son, who was 13 and had autism, but was still doing well. These were the things that made Michael's life complicated, but also brought him happiness. He also admitted to new hobbies, like collecting vinyl records. Even though he was still learning about them, he was proud of his growing collection.
You say high function. There's so many different kinds of autism out there. What is his specific?
He's anxiety. He was kind of not antisocial, but busy social environments. He had a delayed learn. He didn't speak until he was 4. And so usually, like I said, the auto tends to help. Some days it doesn't, some days it doesn't. he's very easily addicted to screens.
Addicted to what?
Screens, like video games, his phone,
Man.
stuff like that. He does taekwondo. He seems to enjoy that. That gives him some structure.
Focus.
Yeah. It gives him something like specific movements, and he's able to practice it. And
How old was your daughter? How old is she? You said she does some swimming stuff?
yeah, she is 14.
Michael seemed relaxed discussing hobbies and family, yet strained when detailing recent troubles. Detective Armstrong noted Michael's tense shifts when talking about his family, hinting at deceit. Questions about his son's health and his daughter's swimming revealed pride mixed with distress. Armstrong's skepticism grew with Michael's narrative of a strained marriage marked by his wife's mental health and suicidal thoughts. Despite a calm demeanor, Michael's distance hinted at his effort to remain composed amid the crisis, particularly when discussing the potential dangers posed by his wife's state.
Why did you say?
I'm just trying to learn who your family is. I don't know anything about them.
You said how old she was.
I don't know why I said that. I just trying to figure out about your family. I'm just really trying to figure about you, and
She swims whatever events the meets are open, and you schedule whatever events that you want the kids to swim. It's not structured. I mean, sometimes the coaches will say, "I want you in this event."
like the different strokes and like Michael Phelps kind of stuff, like the butterfly and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's only 4 strokes.
Why do you think we're here today? I'm confused on why we are here. You don't remember anything from today?
The thing I can think of is the other day, my wife was. We've been working lately. We haven't been struggling a little bit. I've been trying to work on it. I was going to counseling. I haven't been in a few weeks. I've been going to counseling and struggling Saturday night. She had one of the guns and was saying that their only way out.
Say that one more time.
She said the only way out was to basically coach up and leave the room. And I wouldn't leave her alone. I kept trying to get the gun away from her. And after about 2 hours, I got it away from her. But, basically, if I called in to try to get her some help, they'd take her personal license away. And I didn't know what to do. Her best friend came over. And she ended up staying the night. Maybe that was Sunday night because she was there all day on Monday. I've been watching. I've been afraid that she was going to hurt herself. They hit the guns.
He didn't look at Armstrong much, only when Armstrong asked him something directly. But you could tell he was feeling a lot of different things, even though he seemed calm on the outside. The questions kept going around the main problem, with Michael trying to make the story about how his wife was not well. But when he talked about her problems with mental health and past abuse, he was also trying to understand and deal with their difficult life together.
Her name's Heather.
She worked with her, or a high school friend? Or...
Their friends from middle school.
Okay. You know what Heather's last name is?
She's divorced, but I think she's still using Weber.
Heather Weber? That rhymes. So this was, you think, last Sunday?
Yeah, like a couple days ago. Sunday night, maybe.
Okay. Do you know what today is?
Thursday or Friday.
Yes. Today's Friday.
Okay.
Okay. So last Sunday night this still happened. Did you end up ever contacting anybody, or you just kind of let the friend kind of...
I left the friend. I've been talking to her. She was doing better throughout. She was talking to me, opening up, and that's. I thought we were doing better, and she agreed that she'd do couples counseling with me. And she said that she's been waffling on back and forth for about a month. She agreed she'd go. Told me I might not like all her answers, but that she would go. Because I thought it was important. So I was going to look into it. It was.
And so you said you hid the guns? Where'd you hide those at?
I had one of them was up in my office that I didn't use it this week, but I've been using it for a few months. In the extra bedroom upstairs. And it was up there. And then the other one was, I had it in a bag. I was planning on putting them in my truck and trying to find a friend to take them to for a little while until it blew over and felt like she was better.
How many guns do y'all have?
2.
Are they both handguns or rifles? It's both handguns. Do you know what they are?
There's a Walther, it's a 22 and a 9mm Springfield.
Springfield. I used to have a Springfield 9mm. I traded it for a Glock.
Never liked Glocks.
I didn't like them until I started carrying them. I learned to love them. So.
Before we discuss further, if you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Michael especially focused on certain memories to show how they were going through tough times. Love and pain were mixed in their lives. He mentioned they were trying counseling and learning about how to love better. This showed they wanted to fix things and feel close again, but their problems were still there, making it hard for them to find happiness.
Has your wife ever had any suicidal stuff prior to this week?
A couple of years ago, she had thoughts of it. We worked through it. We worked through it.
Has she ever had any kind of a medical treatment for it or anything like that?
She just started opening up about when she was in middle school or high school. She went to counseling. Just recently told me that, she was abused when she was a kid. And that's why she's been wanting to go to therapy with me, because she didn't like the experience.
Physical abuse or sexual abuse?
Sexual, from what she's told me.
Do you know who it was that done it to her, like a family or boyfriend?
I think it was friends of her dad and maybe her stepdad.
So
she told me about one, including when she was living with her dad in Michigan. There was the neighbor she was babysitting and woke up to him over her, and there was other ones that she didn't tell me about. She told me.
Oh, so it's like not just one thing, or not just one person, kind of multiple.
And so she's struggled with that before, and so like I said, we worked through it, and I've been trying to work through the issues that we've been having. I've never been great with sharing my emotions, and that's why I went to counseling. I'm trying to be a better husband, a better dad. I've been able to reconnect with my kids a lot. Like, we have a lot more conversations, and daughter opens up to me a lot more.
Have you ever read the book 5 Love Languages?
Then Detective Armstrong started talking about Michael's beliefs in religion. Michael talked about how he studied different religions in school, like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism.
What all religions was it that you studied in that class that you kind of took bits and pieces from?
Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hindu. I always struggle with how you classify that.
No, you man. Did you ever read the Quran?
I never
Quran. Am I saying it right? Is it Quran or Quran?
I think it's Quran, but I never read it. I just kind of studied what it was about and kind of some of the things that it taught.
I've got a lot of buddies that were in the Marine Corps, and for some reason it was a popular thing among them to read the Quran. But I think it was because they were deployed overseas, and it was a book that every house they went into it was easily readily available. So it was just something to kill time or whatever. So I've got a lot of buddies that that's not their religion, but while they were overseas, they read the Quran just because it was there, I guess.
The detective questioned Michael's clarity of thought and asked about the events preceding his arrest. Michael recalled mundane activities like chatting with co-workers and discussing a new mattress with his wife. However, when pressed for further details, he appeared uncertain, raising doubts about his memory or possible selective disclosure. Michael recounted a fainting episode and explained scratches on his back as from his dogs. These cognitive challenges strained his relationship with his wife.
Mike, can you just walk me through what you do remember from today, and that way we can kind of try to piece together why we're here today?
We were working. We were talking to one of my coworkers. I think I took a shower. And I came back down. My wife and I were talking about wanting to buy a new mattress. The one we have is too soft. It dips really bad in the middle.
Is it normal for you not to remember your day?
No.
You feel
It happened the other night. When our best friend came over, I was still awake. It was, I don't know what time it was. And they had passed out in the bed, and I didn't want to intrude or anything, so I set up the couch. Before I lay down on the couch, passed out, and my wife actually came out to just check on me, and she found me on the floor.
What happened?
I don't know, I passed out, I don't know. I was tired. I remember standing there thinking, okay, get on the couch, and then I woke up on my back in the middle of the floor.
You said a minute ago you had them scratches on your back. You said you had how many dogs?
3.
3 dogs? What kind of dogs are they?
2 pugs and a bulldog.
2 pugs and a bulldog? They all stay inside? Any pain? There's a lot of dogs in one house.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble focusing.
Why do you think you're having trouble focusing, or why do you think you can't remember stuff from today?
It's not, you ask, I have trouble remembering stuff, and it's not that I do all the time. I do sometimes. It's got a really bad concussion in high school, and so my short-term to long-term memory isn't always there. That's one of the areas that piss my wife off, is that we'd talk and I wouldn't necessarily remember it an hour later, and I'd want to reiterate go over the conversation.
Detective Armstrong doubted Michael's claim of forgetfulness and decided to meticulously review his day for inconsistencies. Michael even struggled to recall basic details like his meals. He even said he couldn't remember if he had breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Despite Michael's claims of memory issues and confusion, the detective suspected selective memory recall to avoid discussing crucial details.
Try to go chronological throughout your day today, from the time you woke up, what happened, what you did, what you ate, what you did for breakfast, and what you did for lunch, and what you did for work, and just kind of see if maybe you can piece together, what happened today and why we can't remember. You remember what you ate for breakfast?
I didn't.
No breakfast at all?
Toast. 11.
Did you eat anything for lunch, or was that your lunch, the toast? Did you eat anything for dinner tonight?
So, no.
You don't remember at all?
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to remember what I worked on today. I think I just talked to somebody I can't remember, and I don't know what to do.
Do you remember the police coming to your house this evening?
I remember being on the sidewalk on my face.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Can you be honest with me? You called 911 tonight? 911? and you told the dispatcher that you wanted to kill yourself. Do you know why you would tell them that you wanted to kill yourself?
In the last 10 years, there's been 3 times that I wanted to kill myself. If I'd said that tonight, if you want me to be honest with you.
In the last 10 years, you wanted to kill yourself 3 different times?
There's 3 moments.
3 moments?
And I never did it.
What are those 3 moments?
One of them I got, before I went back to school, I got screwed over. Boss. Everything had been going really good. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't protect myself. And I failed my wife. I failed the kids. And we were in a really bad place as far as financials go. And I wasn't doing well coping with it. It was a hit to me. And there had been rumors that my wife had slept with a coworker. She told me it wasn't true, but it was just another piece.
Something else to add some stress. Why were you wanting to hurt yourself today? I want to help you, Mike, but you've got to remember.
Been trying to jar my memory, walk through my day. That's what I was doing the whole time I was in the back of that car.
As Detective Armstrong pressed on, Michael's responses grew tense. His recollections sharpened when discussing his wife's work, yet faltered on simpler details like her attire, revealing cracks in his facade. Overwhelmed by the probing questions, Michael eventually sought a lawyer's safety. Armstrong, recognizing the tactic, affirmed Michael's legal right with a hint of irony. Despite Michael's intelligence, his attempts at deception were transparent, undermining his strategy from the start.
Other than like what she ate, did your wife work from home today too, or she going
She
to?
always does.
Huh?
She works remote.
Did she?
Yeah, it's permanent remote for her.
Did she do that today?
Every day.
What are her off days?
Saturday and Sunday.
So she worked today then. Yes, today's Friday. Do y'all work in the same room or separate rooms?
This week we worked in the same room, just trying to save electricity and heat and everything with what's been going on with the weather and stuff. And so we were trying to condense where we were so we didn't have to heat as much and use as much electricity. So I sat in the chair and she was on the bed. And we were being pretty playful, bantering. I remember that. We were sending her some playful texts.
Sending her texts like while you're in the same room together, or?
Yeah, as we've always done that.
Yeah, just kind of keeping things fun.
Well, she's, in a meeting, I can't necessarily say things and stuff.
So does she see patients? Like, is she like FaceTiming patients, or?
They contract a pharmaceutical company.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting a little bit further because you remember sending text messages to your wife today. So that's
earlier.
About what time you think that was?
Early afternoon. This morning.
Okay. Remember what she was wearing today?
Sure, yesterday. in over my head. Can I talk to a lawyer, please?
One more time, sir.
Can I talk to a lawyer, please? I'm in so far over my head. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. That's perfectly your right to do so, sir. We can get you an attorney and then speak with you after you have an attorney.
When Armstrong said Michael was arrested for a serious crime, shocking him, Michael's calmness from before fell apart, showing he was struggling with what he did and the trouble he was in. He tried to argue and say it wasn't true, but it was clear he couldn't keep up the act he'd put on earlier. In a last-ditch effort, Michael wanted the detective to believe him, but Armstrong didn't change his mind and went ahead with the arrest. He understood what was going on and didn't let Michael's act sway him.
I'm sorry.
You're perfectly fine. You are going to be under arrest, okay? And you're going to be taken over to the Collin County Jail. You're going to be under arrest for capital murder. Capital murder. You caught me a minute ago whenever I used past tense instead of present tense.
No. Well, now hurts. Wouldn't.
Here's what I need you to do, Michael, okay? I need you to stand up and turn around and face that wall for me, okay?
Stand up, boy.
Turn around, put your hands on the floor here. No, don't put your hands on the wall, just face the wall, okay?
No. No, I didn't. Did not hurt anybody.
Michael getting arrested was the result of an interrogation. He was a complicated person, trapped by his lies. Even though he tried to make people doubt and feel sorry for him, the evidence against him was strong, including what he said and did.
Mike, don't fall down on me. If you're going to do it like that, sit down in the chair.
Please tell me it's not true. Please.
Are you talking to me or yourself?
Please tell me it's not true.
Your daughter is deceased.
No! I would never.
In the end, Michael was found guilty and got a life sentence without parole. Detective Armstrong's report showed how Michael tried to remember things only when it helped him, proving he was lying. As we finish our case, it's obvious that being very smart doesn't always stop someone from making big mistakes. This case makes us think about how a clever mind and being good can fit together. Why do you think a highly intelligent individual might turn to crime? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Stay safe and informed. Until next time.